could be my only one, 'cause you are the one that's treating me right. You could be my only one that's treating me right, 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 that's treating me right. You could be my only one. There's nobody else with you, make me feel the way you do. You do, you do. There's nobody else with you, come and do the things you do. You do, you do. You know what to do, know all the things to say.
It went well for me. Michael has other thoughts, but I'm pretty sure there are 4 girls in my class, and I'm pretty sure I'll take 4th because the other women were very lean. I wasn't quite as lean, although I will argue and say I had better stage presence.
Present, you were more comfortable up there.
Much
Your
more
posing was on
comfortable.
point. Everybody
That's the
else,
thing, is,
like, they should take that kind of stuff into consideration.
Which I've heard. I have
Yeah.
heard like people say like, oh well, if you don't have good posing, you're not going to place well. But I've been in classes where I have definitely outposed other girls, and they've come ahead of me, and they didn't even necessarily have better physiques than
Right.
me. So it's like, I don't want to speculate, but I want to not be let down.
Yeah.
So looking at the lineup and being realistic, I can say out of the 4 women, I was not the leanest, so I won't be surprised if I get 4th. But it does suck to be very comfortable on stage and be comfortable in your heels and be very good at posing and not be rewarded for that. Because I won't lie, I'm pretty good at posing.
Yeah.
And I do hit them, and like I said, just seeing the video playback, I definitely looked the most comfortable.
You were smiling the entire time. You weren't stressing. You were up there having a good time.
Yeah.
And that should be a big factor
That
into
should
your
count,
placing.
but
Yeah.
but you know, yeah, so it was good. I feel good about me for me because I look better than I've ever looked.
Yeah.
But I just want to be realistic. Like, for being real and we're being honest, I wasn't the leanest on stage. I won't say I wasn't the most muscular because
No.
I had muscle to even up to those girls.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't like I wasn't as striated.
Right.
So we're gonna go eat. I don't know where. It doesn't really freaking matter what I eat right now because you know, I think they pretty much already know what's gonna happen. So
No.
chicken wings, yeah.
Yeah.
Something. I just want real food. I'm just sick of sugar.
Okay, well, let's get at her.
Alright,
You
let's go.
know what to do, know all the things to say, what to say. You could be my only one. That's treating me right. You could be my only one.
Hey YouTube friends, so today is the day after my competition and I took home a 4th place in my class. There were 4 girls in my class, so I did take home the last place. If you place 5th and up, that is placing. So I did come home with a tiara and a medal. My experience. So pre-judging, I went in and it wasn't that I was feeling intimidated by the other competitors. It's that our plan for me wasn't quite working. So I had worked it out that I would do a keto diet the entire week and then I would carb up Friday and Saturday because my body is very carb sensitive, so I didn't want to spill over. Well, what ended up happening is Friday when I carved up, I was very shredded. I was popping, my muscles were popping, I was vascular. Then by the time I got to Saturday, I was completely flat. I could not pump up. I had no energy. I could not get a pump on at all. The morning was a little frustrating because I was frustrated with myself. I was frustrated that the plan hadn't worked and we literally were one day off. Like, if it had just been one day, everything would have been different. So the reality of it is there were girls on stage that were leaner than I was. My opinion of my physique versus theirs doesn't necessarily matter. What the judges see and what the criteria is matters. For me, I don't foresee me ever coming in quite that lean as some of the girls that came ahead of me did. The girl that took first place in my class was more comparable to what I'm going for as a figure. She was very full. She wasn't extremely lean. She wasn't extremely vascular, but she looked incredible and she ended up taking overall. So I am going for more of that look. I want to be proud of my physique. I don't want to just go for what I think everybody else is going to like. So I am determined to keep a fuller look, a more defined look. I do know I need to be leaner, but as far as being as lean as some of the girls that came ahead of me, I'm not necessarily looking to take that route. So I am 12 weeks out from the next competition. I am going to try one in Idaho, which will be the Idaho Cup. It is November 7th, if I remember correctly, which is great because then I can enjoy Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, I will be skipping out on all of the Halloween treats, but that's totally fine. So 12 weeks from now, I will be competing at the Idaho Cup. And I'm just really excited to be starting with this physique because with this last prep, I did start at about, I think it was about 8 weeks out. So I was a little bit behind, and we looked at my physique basically and we're like, man, if we could have had those extra 3 weeks. So I'm going to have those extra 3 weeks this time. I think it will make a difference. We've learned a lot about my body, and this time I'm going to be a lot closer to Michael, my husband, who is also my coach. So I feel like we're going to have a lot better communication. We'll have a better game plan from day to day. So I'm really excited for this next step. I did have a great time at the competition. I met a lot of really awesome, inspiring people. The girl that took first place in my class, shout out Raven, she was amazing. She's from Texas, so it was really fun to meet, somebody that's not even from here. So made lots of new friends. Really enjoyed watching everybody and their hard work, and it's really fun to watch people it's their first time because they're so pumped. It's inspiring. I did have a good time. By the time I got to finals, I was just like having a grand old time. Didn't really, I was okay with taking last. In fact, I remember they called my number for 4th place, and I just smiled and waved both hands in the air and just thought, I'm gonna take it gracefully and not be that girl on stage that looks like she's about to cry because she took last place, because I'm proud of what I brought. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I can't let other people's hard work get me down. That's their progress, that's their story. Really, it's just a story about me, and really I wasn't upset about what placing I took, but just more about how my game plan didn't quite work out, how I was anticipating. Thanks everybody, seriously, for all of the support. All of my Instagram friends have been just incredible and amazing, and it's cool because I've had friends on Instagram that have been following me for 5 years. We've been communicating and talking back and forth, and we, hype each other up, and it's been really fun to get messages from these friends. And I don't know, just social media is such a cool thing right now because we're so separated and you feel so divided from the world, and it seems that everybody's choosing one side or the other. And no matter how far apart we are, and no matter if we don't really know each other, you know, social media can bring us together on our common, I don't know, on our common personality traits and things that we love. And, you know, we can have friends that live in New York or that live clear across the country, and sometimes those are the people that we can confide in more than the people next to us. And I just think social media can be a really magical thing. So I want to thank all of my social media friends, all of you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all of your support and your kind words, and just know it means as much as if we actually knew each other in real life. So love you all, and let's get going on the next 12 weeks.